Hello, YouTube. I'm Vince White. I'm an employment attorney, and on this channel, we answer publicly posted questions from YouTube users, getting folks the answer they need from an employment attorney. A couple of quick updates, I guess, on my life. It is July the 11th of 2024, and I went ahead and got an apartment in New York City again. That's what all this mess is. I don't know if you can see or not, but I am moving items back to New York City. I'm not giving up the farm, of course, but it turns out that my self-esteem is sufficiently low that I need to fill that void with money. And clients want to give me more money to be in New York right now. So for the next 6 months, I will be spending most of my time in New York City, which sucks. I will be coming back to the farm enough to keep it running with the help of the farm manager here. Certainly, I don't want to overstate my involvement in that process. He certainly carrying the burden. And listen, that does suck for me. I'm very happy on the farm. I really prefer it here over New York City. But again, that void of self-worth does need to get filled. And the only thing that fills it is dollars. And the only way we get those dollars is by helping people. And right now, that's going to require me to spend a little bit of time in New York City for the next 6 months. So, pity my sad little soul. But yeah, gonna be moving back to New York. Gonna be leaving here Sunday. Heading down. Won't get too specific. And be a fun-ish way to spend 6 months. So we'll get that done. We do have a question here from YouTube user my other channel who asks us, if the employer refuses mediation initially, can they change their stance after the claimant files their rebuttal and choose mediation after the rebuttal is submitted? Does the EEOC allow this change of heart? Okay, good news, bad news. The EEOC really only offers mediation usually at the outset of a case. That does not mean, however, that you can't later have mediation. It's just going to generally be a private mediation. That's not a huge deal for a plaintiff because usually the mediation is paid for by the defendant, the respondent in the EOC. Pardon me, I just got an inhaler, so hopefully that's going to help with this cough. Got to get this cough under control so I can be flying New York. Not really. That will never happen. That ship has sailed a couple decades ago. And even then, it wasn't a very good ship. So you can go to mediation at any point in a case in which both parties agree to go to mediation. It's not that expensive to go to mediation. There are many mediators who will charge you like $400 for the day. Are they the best mediators? No. My favorite mediator, after myself, and I charge $11.60 an hour. My favorite mediator, who's not me, I think charges $1,600. But listen, this mediator has mediated conflict between nations, has mediated the biggest union collective bargaining agreement conflicts, like the huge mediator, so talented. Legitimately like, teaches mediation clinics at Ivy League schools. Really the best. But that's not to say you can't get a good mediator, $400, $800 for the day. It happens. And the plaintiff probably doesn't pay for that. Either plaintiff's counsel pays for that, or defense counsel, or the defendants, the respondent, they pay for that. So will you get free mediation from the EEOC? Probably not if it was turned down early on. But remember, with the exception of the incredibly talented and esteemed Deborah Reich in New York City, most of the mediators the EEOC offers are not. They're just people who don't really know what they're doing and are not particularly talented or motivated, or like able to read or make it through their day. So I'm being facetious. There are some amazing mediators at the EEOC, including, as I mentioned, the esteemed Deborah Reich, who is the sun, the moon, the stars of mediation and employment law. But they are the rarities. So listen, is it good to go to mediation at the EEOC level? Absolutely. Any day you go to mediation is a day you get to hear people talk about giving you money, and you learn a bunch of things. It's great. And you might settle your case. Also great. Is there a slightly higher chance that your case settles if you have a really good mediator that's privately paid for? Sure. Talent matters. Experience matters. Skill and enthusiasm and force of will are all factors in this industry. Significant ones, right? So my other channel, to answer your question, you can absolutely go to mediation after rebuttal submitted. It just might be that your attorney has to say, hey, that rebuttal did not go well for you. Looks like that one left a mark. Doing okay there, defense counsel? Okay. Do you want to go to mediation? I mean, I got more where that rebuttal came from. Do you want to go to mediation? Maybe have a conversation about getting this done? And defense counsel might say, I would be open to mediation at this juncture. That's a good day. Your rebuttal went very well. Your attorney's doing a good job. Your story is prevailing. Your narrative is holding the line. You are progressing in your opposition to hate in the workplace. Tremendous. Amazing. Really good news. And so, listen, my other channel, can you suggest that mediation? You absolutely can. Can your attorney do it? Of course. I highly recommend having that conversation if you feel it is the right time for that. Obviously, context matters. But anyways, I hope that you are greatly successful in your case. I hope that you mediate and they just come in and offer you everything you want. I hope that this video was helpful. And if it was, like, subscribe, comment down below, share the channel so it can grow. We might be doing some point in the next 6 months, like a New York City meetup situation. I think that I am sufficiently over some of the weird events where people stalked me or ambushed me based on their fandom of this channel that occurred over the, I don't know, like 9 months ago or whatever it was. I may be over those events, or at least believe that those people might by now have been involuntarily committed. So perhaps I'll like do an event in New York where people can come and I'll like buy drinks and snacks and we can all have like a round table and commiserate over the difficulties of employment law and how horrible employment attorneys can be and how we often fail the people we're most meant to help, and have those meaningful conversations over adult beverages or not, depending on what you prefer. So yeah, if you're thinking that closing an apartment in New York City, getting rid of an apartment in New York City, moving to rural New Hampshire, and then 4 months later getting a new apartment in New York City and moving back to New York City sounds both expensive and stupid and like a lot of work, you are correct. Very, very correct. But listen, clients come first. Client needs come first. And if client has needs, you got to do what you got to do. And commuting is not going to be viable over the next 6 months. So got that lovely new office, going to put in the time, going to do right by my clients, and I can enjoy my farm a little bit more next year. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Take care, everybody.